Hello everybody, welcome to Project Beauty, where we talk about project panning with everything beauty related. My name is Jen. I want to do my update for my Pan That palette for the year, and I'm very excited about it. I've had quite a day, so bear with me. I'm a little sluggish today, but I wanted to make sure that I got this up, and I can't wait to share what I've used so far and talk to you about the palette. So just so you guys know, I am using the ABH Norvina Collection Volume 5, I believe. Yeah, Volume 5 palette. And this one is the one that has a lot of purple tones in it. Obviously, the packaging is purple. Now, there are a few other of my friends on YouTube and Instagram that are doing, like, using this palette as well. And that is Jaylon from J Loves Makeup, Kim from Teacher Loves Beauty, and Valerie from @VMRT on Instagram. All of those lovely ladies are on Instagram and YouTube. Actually, Valerie is just on Instagram, but the other two are on YouTube as well. So please go ahead and check out their videos and their updates on Instagram. That would be so great. I would love that if you did that, please. So we all wanted to use the little Norvina one, but I don't have that. So I decided that I was going to use the big one. And the reason for that is I wanted to take part in this, and I don't get a lot of use on my super huge Norvina palettes, to be honest. I use them for like a week in a year, and then I put them back and I go to plenty of other things. And I really thought giving myself a full year with one of these would let me play with the formula, the different kinds of items in here, because these are pro pigments, not eyeshadows. So there's definitely a lot of pigment in here. I'll just show you the palette right now. You can definitely see that there is some usage. It's going to be a little bit hard to tell for a few months until I actually get a lot of good dips going. But like I said, these are firmly pressed and they are pigments, so you don't need a lot of product. But I can definitely see myself working through quite a few of these. Now there are a couple, I believe, of eyeshadows, which are, I think, these like satiny metallic kind of ones. And I'm just going to go ahead and talk to you guys about the ones that I have been using. So I have used the white shade for a couple of different things. I am definitely using this one and this one. So this one is more of like a peachy silver. It's really hard to explain, but it's like a peachy silver shade. And then this one is more of like what you see is what you get on the eye. It's like very metallic and lavender purple. And this one I use almost every single time. Not almost, I use it every single time I use this palette. Same with this one as well. And also these two as well. So these are the four that I use the most, which are the crease shades and the outer corner shades. And then everything else just kind of gets a mishmash of love. Now I've done a lot of like crease work here, and then I put these in the outer corner, and then I'll use either this or this just to buff out the outer corner. And then on the inner part of the lid, I will either put this one or this one or this one, or what's the other one? I have, like I said, I have used this one as well. I've also used a little bit of this just to blend out the outer corner as well, instead of something that's a lot more bold. But all of these, even though they're brownish, they do have a purple tinge to them. So this is a strong purple palette. Even though there are a few like warm brown, orangey brown shades, you definitely get majority purple when you use this. Even when you're looking at these that look really neutral, they are very, very purple on the eye. At least for me, I find. I really have been enjoying also this one right here, this peachy one. And I've also used this one here. And oddly enough, I've even used this glitter on the eye. I've used it a few times, and I just sort of tap it on the center of the lid. It's very pretty. But I'm not a fan of glitter, but I feel like that is something that I could easily pan if I put my mind to it. I just have to use it on a lot of different looks. So I will do one of the like purple smoked out, blown out looks, and then I'll just tap a little bit of the glitter on the center of the lid, and that's it. But I already feel dips happening with that shade. And I'm also seeing a dip forming in this one right here. You can kind of see there's a little bit of a dip forming there. And my most, like I said, my most used, I would say for sure, are these two and these two. But it's a toss-up for everything else. Like, I don't know that there's a shade in this palette that I haven't touched. I think I've pretty much used every single one, maybe with the exception of this very like cool toned purple. That might be the only exception, but for the most part, I think I've touched almost every single shade in this palette. And it makes me so happy because I just adore it so much. It's really nice. And I've created some really pretty looks. I do have some of them posted on Instagram. So if you want to check out my channel, it's at Xaixo Beauty. It's XAIXOBEAUTY. And then check out the looks there. But eventually on my channel, when I do an update, I will have pictures of the looks included, just so you guys can see some of the looks that I've done throughout the year and what shades I've used. So I'm really excited to share that with you. I have not put it on today, which I was actually going to, but I finished an eyeshadow today, a little bit of a precursor to my makeup rehab and my empties and stuff that are coming up. So I did finish a shadow, which is the neutral one that I have in the crease in the outer corner, and that makes me so happy. And my upper lip is for some reason very itchy right now. But it makes me very happy to use this. It makes me very happy to play with this. It makes me happy to own this. Using this for the last month, I'm excited and I'm still inspired and I still want to grab it. When I started this project, I started at 449.01 grams, and at the end of February we are at 448.28. I have used this the most in the entire month because I am using other eyeshadows. If you guys have not checked out my Eyes Project pan, please go ahead and check that out. It will explain I am using pretty much any kind of eyeshadows that I want in my entire collection this year. I do have a few that are in projects still, and I will probably still pull the odd one or two in. But for the most part, I just want to touch what I want to touch in my project or in my collection, and not think about always just using because I brought it in for usage. So that makes me a little happier to have things that I can just play with. And when I'm in a rush or I don't know what to do, the ABH Norvina Volume 5 has been really handy to just grab whatever I need, blow it out in the outer corner, throw a lid shade on, a little bit of mascara, and go. And it's just so easy because it doesn't matter what I use in here, it all blends so nicely together. It all looks so nicely together. It's, even though it's like, how many shades is this? 35? Yeah, 25 shades, and they all work so well together. So it makes me happy. I'm really proud of this. So this one, does it say, it doesn't say how much eyeshadow is in this because I think that was on the box. And this is all that's on the back. It's just a tiny, tiny little bit of information. And honestly, like, it doesn't really matter, but it said it goes bad after 12 months, and I've owned this for a couple years already. But I will definitely get more use of this. I just wanted to share with you guys everything that I've been using and my usage goal, or not goal, but like my usage for the month of January. And I can't wait to show you what I do for the rest of the year. I was considering doing bi-monthly updates on this just because it is so substantial, but because I'm doing this with the other girls, I do want to make sure that I do my due diligence and use this as best I can. So even if I have to use, 4 shades instead of 7 shades in an eyeshadow look, then I'll do that just to get more usage. And I have a feeling that I can hit pan on most of these shimmers. I'm not looking to completely pan an eyeshadow in here. I'm just looking to use this as much as possible, see some dips, make sure that it looks loved. But if I do hit pan on things, that's so fantastic. It's just I'm not shooting to reach the bottom immediately. So if you're looking for a lot of pan right off the hop, that's not going to happen with my projects or with any of my palettes, honestly. I always work all across the top down instead of going right to pan in one spot. So it will take a little while before you'll probably see a lot of usage, which is why I was going to do bi-monthly updates. But like I said, because I'm doing with the other girls, their progress will probably be a lot more noticeable than mine, because I think there's like 12 shades in those palettes, but best know there's a lot of eyeshadow in those. So please go check out the girls and see how they're doing on their updates, and definitely let them know that I sent you over if you haven't checked out their channels or Instagram page before. I really appreciate you checking this out, and I'm mostly appreciative that you guys are patient with me right now, because my brain function. I'm like so tired. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to bring you my next update. If you haven't already, leave a purple heart emoji in the comments. That would be so fantastic. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you again in the next video. Bye, everybody.